The Halal Times, the voice of Ummah. Once again, a man attempted to attack Muslim places of worship, his hatred for Islam overwhelming him to the point where he could not bear the sight of a mosque where Muslims gathered to pray and remember the name of Allah. Despite this, the world ignored the injustice suffered by Muslims, justifying it by labeling the perpetrator as mentally unstable. On the night of July 11th, inside the historic Hagia Sophia Grand Mosque in Istanbul, one of the most treasured landmarks in the world, an act of senseless provocation unfolded. It was 11:50 p.m. when Mesut Güçlü, a 42-year-old resident of the city's Kağıthane district, entered the sacred mosque. Security cameras captured him, red cap, black shirt and shorts, walking past metal detectors without suspicion. He carried no fuel, no large container, only small pieces of paper. Inside, near the Mahmud II library, he placed a book on the floor and set it alight. The fire licked at the mosque's historic carpet, but it was quickly spotted by a woman present. She rushed to alert the imam. In moments, security staff acted, extinguishing the flames before any real damage could spread. The harm that the man sought to inflict upon the historic mosque was unsuccessful because of the swift action taken by the authorities, as well as the alertness of the women, and therefore, the Hagia Sophia remains unharmed. The centuries-old beauty still stands untouched, its sanctity preserved. But the story does not end here. Because there's a question we must ask. Why is it that when the accused is Muslim, the first thing the world demands is, what is his religion and what is his ideology? From which part of the world does he come from? Is he a migrant or not? And when that happens, entire communities, millions of innocent believers, are forced to carry the burden of one man's crime. They face suspicion, hatred, and collective punishment. But when the perpetrator targets Muslims, when the crime is against their sacred spaces, why is the religion of the attacker rarely asked? Why is it quietly erased from the headlines? And why is the narrative softened with two words, mentally unstable? The Istanbul Police Department has confirmed Mesut Güçlü has a history of mental illness and has been hospitalized multiple times. Perhaps this is true. But do you see the pattern? From mosque shootings to Quran desecrations to attacks on hijabi women, again and again, the label appears that the perpetrator is mentally unfit. And the world moves on. The Hagia Sophia is no ordinary building. Built in 537 AD as a Byzantine cathedral, it was transformed into a mosque after the Ottoman conquest in 1453, later turned into a museum in 1935, and then, in July 2020, reconverted into a mosque under a presidential decree. It is a living testament to history and to the enduring presence of Islam in this land. So when someone tries to set fire to it, it is more than vandalism. It is an attack on heritage and an attack on Islamic faith. Fortunately, the Hagia Sophia was saved as the flames were stopped. But the fire of hypocrisy still burns in this world's double standards. The question remains, and it demands an answer. Why is a religion condemned when the accused is Muslim, but excused when the victim is Muslim? Desecration of any place of worship is highly denounced. Whomever does so should face punishment. But this does not imply that his faith or its adherents are all involved in the act. Islamophobes are quick to condemn Islam when the culprit is a self-proclaimed Muslim because they are uninformed that the Holy Quran expressly states that no place of worship should be destroyed. Had Allah not repelled the aggression of some people by means of others, destruction would have surely claimed monasteries, churches, synagogues and mosques in which Allah's name is often mentioned. Allah will certainly help those who stand up for Him. Allah is truly all-powerful, almighty. That concludes today's news updates. If you found this video informative and engaging, please feel free to like, comment on, and share it. Subscribe to never miss an update from our channel. Jazak Allah khairan.